Salutare, sunt Alexandra de la Gen Știri și astăzi, cu ocazia Zilei Unității Germaniei, suntem la ambasada Germaniei de la București. Urmează să vezi un interviu cu domnul ambasador Gebauer, cu care vom vorbi despre diplomație, România și nu numai. În spatele camerei este colegul meu Rareș, care se asigură că totul funcționează cum trebuie. Interviul va fi în limba engleză. Rămâi cu ochii pe noi. Thank you very much for your meeting, Mr. Ambassador. I think we can start right off with your background. You used to work in Tokyo, Bangkok, Tel Aviv, and of course Berlin. And in 2021, you became the ambassador of Germany in Bucharest. What made you choose Romania and to have this role here?
I feel privileged to serve here as an ambassador, and thank you very much for having me on your program. I feel privileged because Romania is such a lovely country that I get to discover every day. It is a country that is closely connected to Germany in many ways, historically through the heritage and the presence of the German minority here in this country. Of course, economically, with Germany being a key economic partner for Romania and the other way around. And nowadays, in particular, it's of political relevance and interest for us to have a partner in the EU, an ally in NATO that is so reliable and constructive. And given the geopolitical situation, we greatly value our partnership for Romania. So this is the reason why I'm very happy to be here and to serve here, which is why I gladly accepted to be the German ambassador to Romania.
And another question regarding your background. As a curiosity from the young people that are watching us, we have Zoom right now, and governments can call each other at any given time. So what's the role of an embassy?
A very, very good question. Indeed, the diplomacy of the 21st century has changed in comparison to diplomacy of centuries before that. I know about stories of older colleagues of mine who started in the 60s and 70s in the diplomatic service, and they would tell me, you're posted somewhere, and only by paper, which is transferred by a diplomatic courier every few weeks, you get your instructions and you write a report and send it back. So it's a totally different story than being so closely connected. Do we need embassies present in different countries anymore, or is it not necessary anymore, as you've implied in your question? I believe it is necessary. You need to live in a country, you need to feel the country in order to understand it. And it's not only about having a Zoom meeting or WebEx meeting once in a while, which would not be enough to understand, to fully grasp the importance of things going on. So it's quite necessary and helpful to have embassies still located in the respective countries.
Okay, I understand. And what's one thing you cannot do anymore since you became an ambassador?
Oh, I can do a lot of things. I don't feel restricted. I feel that Romania in particular is a very open and very friendly and very safe country. So, for example, there's no issue for me to walk around freely. There is not an issue for me to meet with whomever I want to meet. This might be different in other countries where you serve as an ambassador. But in that sense, Romania is not at all a restriction, but on the contrary, offers so much possibilities.
And you live both in Germany and Romania. What's one thing that lacks in Romania, but it is a normality in Germany?
One thing that comes to my mind where I feel there will be some improvements necessary in the future is road infrastructure in Romania. I mean, I think this is something that a lot of Romanians would tell me, at least when you drive to the beautiful parts in Transylvania and other countries, you see that there's still some progress necessary. But then again, you have so many things which you don't have in Germany, and it's always the pleasure to have it both. You have a unique Romanian cuisine and wonderful dishes. You have overwhelmingly beautiful nature that you can discover, including wildlife with bears and everything. So it's never about what you miss about one country. It's always about what you have in addition in a different country. And in that sense, the time here in Romania is very rewarding.
The next question that I had was what Germany doesn't have.
Okay, so I answered that already a bit. As I said, I mean, landscape-wise, it's a tremendously rich country. You have the mountainous areas, you have Transylvania, you have the Banat, you have the Danube Delta, and wonderful other parts. We've recently visited Maramuresh or been to Bukovina to see the monasteries. So a lot of these things are truly highlights of every stay and every time that you spend in Romania. I also have to say I very much like the informal style of cooperating here. I find having access and reaching out to people quite easy. It seems to be a Romanian way to be super friendly and accessible for foreign guests in this country. So these are things I truly enjoy, and I really will enjoy during my time here in Romania.
And and because it is a sensitive matter in Romania right now, I want to ask you something about Schengen. We saw that Austria plans again to vote against Romania entering in the Schengen area. And what is Germany doing to convince Austria to take back its veto?
Well, let me start by saying that we are fully supporting Romania's quest for becoming a full member of the Schengen area. This is well deserved because Romania fulfills all the technical criteria for a long time. And it's not only in the interests of Romanians and Romania, it's as much in the interests of Germany, because at this time we need openness and connectivity. If you look at it economically, obviously there will be German companies being quite happy if they don't have to wait at the border anymore when they cross out of Romania. But it's also a political message that is necessary here to show that playing fair, open and constructive, doing a very important job when it comes to all the consequences from the Russian aggression against Ukraine, meaning taking in refugees, serving as a platform for providing help to Ukraine. We need Romania in this regard. We can rely on Romania in this regard, and that's why Romania fully has our support when it comes to the Schengen accession. What can be done to convince those in the EU that still have hesitations? I think we need to constantly make that case of showing that it's better for Europe to have Romania in, and that Romania is not part of the problem. Objections against Romanian accession to Schengen derive from migration in particular. And while it is true that Europe is facing a number of challenges connected to migration flows, we strongly feel Romania is not the problem. So keeping Romania out of the Schengen area won't solve anything. And on the other hand, we need to address the issue in different ways. So we strongly argue on that position. And my experience from European Union matters is always that you need to constantly put things on the agenda and pressure for progress. Sometimes we feel that nothing can be achieved, but in the end, the EU always found a way to move the agenda ahead nevertheless. And I trust that we will be at some stage, at some point, make sure that everybody is on board when it comes to Romania and Bulgaria becoming Schengen members.
Thank you for your support.
Of course.
On a lighter theme, in your childhood, you used to sing in a choir and then played football in a club. If you hadn't become an ambassador, what job, profession would you have had?
I would love to say I would have become a professional football player, but my talent was never enough for that. I've kept the great emotion and fun I have in watching sports. I don't know. I think having studied law, I might have ended up in one of the legal professions, become a lawyer or a judge. And this would certainly have been also a very rewarding and interesting career. But if I look back, I never have any doubt in my mind that the choice I made, becoming a diplomat, was the right choice to make. And I've met so many wonderful people across the world. I've gathered so many extraordinary experiences in my professional career that I wouldn't want to miss that. And I think it was absolutely the right way to pursue my career.
And what advice would you give to a student that wants to pursue a diplomatic career?
Stay interested, be open, travel, try to learn languages, and keep enthusiasm and develop enthusiasm for foreign policy issues. After all, it's a political work that you do, and if you are eager to deal with international relations, if you are open to different cultures and always flexible in your mind to see things from a different perspective, I think these are the best preconditions for making you a successful diplomat. And overall, I can only encourage anybody who wants to pursue this career to work for it and to go for it.
And we are getting closer to the end of our interview. We prepared some pictures, and you mentioned the cuisine. So what would you choose between Cozonac or papanași?
Papanași. Not the healthiest choice, but the most tasteful one.
What about Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I think I admire them both, I have to say. I would go for Messi because he's been, in that sense, more successful now, taking the big trophy home with him. Ronaldo, of course, winning numerous other trophies, but it's a close call. But Messi it would be.
And the last one, James Bond or Suits?
James Bond. I know Suits is a wonderful series, but I somehow connect more to James Bond. Not that I have any semblance to him, a resemblance, but it's always a great films.
Okay, thank you. This was the last one. Thank you very much for our interview.
Thank you, Alexander, for your interest, and all the best for you and your program.
Thank you.